A few years ago, my godfather at work shared an insight with me that completely shifted the way I approach my personal life. It wasn't anything revolutionary, no groundbreaking new idea, but it was simple, direct, and incredibly powerful. He said the following: know your strengths, know other people's strengths, work in your strength, and allow others to work in theirs. Ask for help and barter for skills as needed. At first, it seemed like a common sense piece of advice, but over time I realized just how profound it was. Knowing your strengths is something we hear all the time, but working within them and allowing others to do the same, that's where the magic happens. This idea is what can elevate not just you, but your entire team, your business, and your personal life. So let's break this down and see why it's so crucial. The first piece of this advice is to know your strengths. It sounds simple, but so many of us go through life, especially early on in our careers, without really understanding what we're truly good at. We think we have to be good at everything. We feel the pressure to be the jack of all trades, and we end up stretching ourselves too thin, trying to master skills that drain us instead of energizing us. The truth is, nobody can be great at everything, no matter how much you try. There will always be areas where you struggle. The sooner you can identify what you're really good at, the things that come naturally to you, the sooner you can focus your energy on those areas that will produce the most value. Knowing your strengths gives you clarity. It helps you set boundaries. It allows you to build your career and your life around what you're naturally inclined to do. The more you work in your strengths, the more confident and focused you become, because you're not wasting energy trying to do the things that aren't in your wheelhouse. It's like trying to play a sport you've never trained for. It's hard, and you're never going to reach your peak. But when you focus on the areas where you already have talent and passion, suddenly everything flows with ease. But the real game changer here isn't just knowing your own strengths. It's about knowing other people's strengths and how to leverage them. We all know that great teams aren't built on individual talent alone. They're built on synergy. Each person brings something unique to the table, but too often we underestimate the power of collaboration. We think we have to do everything ourselves, or worse yet, we're too afraid to ask for help. When you understand the strengths of the people around you, you can delegate tasks, collaborate, and create an environment where everyone thrives. You can stop trying to do everything and start building a team where each person can work in their strength. Think about a business team. One person might be amazing at strategy, another creative thinking, and another at execution, and yet another at analyzing data. If you assign people tasks that align with their strengths, they'll perform at a level you simply can't achieve on your own. That is the true power of teamwork. So now that you know your strengths and the strengths of those around you, it's time to work in your strength and allow others to do the same. Like we talked about earlier, this is where the magic happens. When you're in your zone doing what you're best at, you are your most productive, your most creative, your most fulfilled. At the same time, when you give others the space to work in their zone, you create a collective flow that drives results, fosters innovation, and builds trust. For example, in a business setting, there might be a brilliant marketer who isn't great at organizing operations or fantastic technical expert who struggles with client relationships. If you try to force the marketer to organize the operations or the technical expert to run client meetings, you're going to get mediocre results at best. Instead, if each person is allowed to work in their area of strength, everyone's performance improves. The marketer can focus on creative campaigns. The technical expert can focus on product development. And you, as a leader, can focus on creating the structure and vision that ties everything together. Everyone is doing what they're best at, and it elevates the entire team. Finally, ask for help and barter for skills as needed. This is a key part of the advice my coworker gave to me, and it often gets overlooked. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. No one can do everything alone, and there's no shame in recognizing that you need someone else's expertise. Whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or an outside expert, Reaching out for help doesn't just save you time, it helps you avoid mistakes and gain new insights you wouldn't have had on your own. And then there's the idea of bartering for skills. Think about how you can use your strengths to support others in exchange for help in areas where you're not as strong. This concept has been used for centuries in the business world, where each person brings a unique skill to the table, and instead of paying for every service, you trade value. For example, you might be great at writing, but need help with social media. You could offer your writing skills in exchange for someone else's expertise in the social media arena. This way, you're both working in your strengths and helping each other grow. To sum it all up, knowing your strengths, understanding the strengths of others, working within your strength, and asking for help when needed is the art of leveraging your potential and the potential of those around you. By doing so, you create a culture of collaboration, productivity, and continuous growth. It's not just about doing your job well. It's about making everyone around you better. It's about creating synergy that drives excellence. So, the next time you're faced with a challenge, remember my godfather's advice. Know your strengths, know others' strengths, work in your strength, and allow others to work in theirs. Ask for help and barter for skills as needed. When we focus on what we do best and surround ourselves with people who do the same, we unlock our true potential, and that's where the magic happens.